Modernism. Modernism as an ideology emerged in the late 19th century in Western countries. This ideology expressed itself in the form of philosophy, art, music, etc. This brought a massive transformation in the culture that existed during the time. Although the movement was started only in the late 19th century, the root cause was the industrialization that started in 18th century. Let us check out what actually happened. During the 17th century, the idea of liberalism was very popular in the Western world. The liberal policies led to the establishment of industries in large number, which led to industrialization. New technologies and job opportunities emerged, leading to migration of people in urban areas, which resulted in rapid urbanization. In the urban world, people witnessed a different way of life. Till then, major population lived in the prison of their minds. They neglected their thoughts, ideas, and cognitive ability. The major reason for this was the influence of religion. Also, people were limited by the ruling powers. This influenced them to think the future would be worse. People believed the time of prophets were the golden age, and such an era will never come back. This was the impact of religion. Modernism was that point in the history when people realized they can change the future, and as an individual, each one of them has the ability to make an impact on this globe. This made them free from the prison of their minds. This realization was reflected in the form of philosophy, art, music, and technology. Definition of Modernism. Modernism is a philosophical and art movement which took place due to the changes that occurred in the society in 19th century. This influenced the thought, idea, and day-to-day life of the public. Impact of Modernism. The impact of modernism was visible in various social aspects. It led to new experiments, cultural movements, philosophies, and theories. Here are some of the major impacts of modernism. Modern art and literature. The idea of modernism was depicted through art and literature. Till then, most of the artistic work highlighted the power of king and various aspects of monarchy. Artists earned their living by depicting bravery of rulers in their work. A similar situation was also seen in the literary world. Poets and writers pleased the king by conveying their power through their poetic words. Writers and poets never had the freedom to convey their personal thoughts and ideas. Their opinion and views were suppressed by the ruling power. This situation changed by the introduction of modernism. Writers and artists started to represent the life of common people. The artistic and literary works after the introduction of modernism conveyed the social life of people in the industrial world. Suffering of common man, their dreams, and their day-to-day life were reflected through their works. One of the major milestones in the field of art was introduction of what we call modern art. This art form was very different from the contemporary method. Modern art was based on geometry. This gave a different tool for the artist. Science and technology. New theories and various fields of research were initiated by the introduction of modernism. The shift from Newtonian physics to Einsteinian physics was the notable event in the field of science. Theory of relativity, research in field of energy, concept of radioactivity, determination of structure of atom were the other important events. Large population were attracted to the field of science. Psychology and philosophy. Introduction of psychoanalysis was the major achievement in the field of psychology. This was introduced by Sigmund Freud. He conveyed the concept of rational self, unconscious mind, and its dynamics. According to him, human personality is divided into three: id, ego, and superego. Id is the biological component. Superego is the component of social awareness, and ego correspond to that aspect which take decision based on reality. The contributions by Friedrich Nietzsche was the important transformation in the field of philosophy. He made the statement, God is dead and we have killed him. He was against religion and education system that existed during the time. According to him, both of them did not contribute to futuristic thinking. The birth of tragedy, Beyond Good and Evil were some of his notable works. Other major impact of modernism was in the field of theosophy. The Western world started to adopt some of the religious views from the East. Ideas of Hinduism was mainly adopted. This gave the Western world a different view on the concept of divinity. Other impact of modernism were introduction of political views such as Marxism and social ideas such as individualism and communitarianism. The ideology of modernism taught people to think freely and dream of an utopian world.